Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for July. My name is Linda. Thanks for tuning in. This is a general reading for anyone under the influence of the Pisces energy. I've already shuffled your cards and thrown your spread for you. This is where you are now. This is the challenge you face, the resources you can use. This is the hidden forces, the potential outcome. And from the runes, I'm going to take one here for what is the spiritual lesson. All right. I've done a few readings today, and this is the third time this rune is coming out. So I feel like there's a kind of overarching theme for the collective that's playing out here. Your cards are very different from the other readings, though. So let's get into it. What do we have here? There's here the King of Pentacles in the reverse, and here you have the Page of Pentacles in the upright in the outcome position. I'm getting for someone here that this is actually, this is about some healing that you're doing with regard to your childhood and your past. There could be something here about, you might be kind of at this particular moment in time doing some inner child healing work where you're looking at events from your early childhood, and that's bringing up some things that are making you feel a little inner conflict or a little bit of, you know, wanting to get some kind of clarity or distance or understanding or forgiveness about the past and about events of the past. And for some people that could have to do with like maybe your relationship with your father or a father figure or a masculine person who was like older than you when you were younger. You have the Chariot here in the position of what are the hidden forces. So I feel like that is guiding you here towards this emotional healing that's happening. Like for some of you, you might not actually be fully aware of what all this information is that I'm talking about, or what's actually getting unpacked in your life as far as early childhood stuff, I'm going to say it a different way. For some people watching this reading, you are not aware of any of that, but you are maybe having some emotional struggle in your life where you are maybe feeling melancholic, or you might be feeling depressed, or you're feeling sad, or you're feeling some type of way, or it may not even be about a specific feeling, but you might be having some difficulties in your relationships and in your friendships and in your daily life, in your activities, in the tasks that you do, in the work that you're doing, and you might not understand why. And this energy here is saying that there might be some patterns that are playing out now in your life that have to do with emotional responses to things that are deeply connected to early childhood things that have happened that you may not have processed yet. Okay? Super deep, actually. This energy is really deep and it's a lot to unpack. So I would say take your time, but don't avoid this energy because it's coming up now because you're ready to deal with it and you need to deal with it. And it's going to very much help you improve the quality of your life if you take the time to actually look at these emotional things and start to undertake a healing journey where you are having a better understanding of why you are the way you are now, and understand that there is no need to place blame anywhere, but that the responsibility for the way that you feel is actually on your shoulders, and you dealing with things that happened in the past by working on, first of all, acknowledging things or accepting events that have happened. Because some of you might actually be in denial about something. You might not actually be even having memories of things, but you might have a sense of something, and you might be in denial that something happened because you don't necessarily want to face those things. But you need to face them, and they're coming up now because you're actually ready to face them. And this is a time where you could be, experiencing and expressing a lot of emotional release. And all I need to tell you I feel about that is that you need to release those emotions, and it's good to do that, and it's good to cry. It's good to cry it out. It's good to find someone that you trust who is emotionally mature and maybe not necessarily a family member or close to you, but someone that you have a space of trust with, who you can be vulnerable with, who will also know how to handle you or to deal with you if you want to bring up those things. So for some people that means getting professional help. It's not necessarily something that you would want to put on a friend or a relative, because it's not about burdening someone else with what you're feeling, but it's more about needing to have professional guidance with this. Because if you are expressing certain emotional things, if the person that you're dealing with, that is supporting you in that, doesn't have the skills to know how to actually help you navigate through that, they might not necessarily help you. And they might, I don't want to say this, but they could potentially make it worse if they don't say the right things or hold the space for you in the right way for you to actually really get to what this is and bring it out and process it and heal it and release it in the way that is needed for you to actually get this energy to be extracted and processed in the right way so that you can actually have a total healing on this particular situation. I hope this is making sense, Pisces. Now, I want to take a look at this Five of Wands in reverse, because this is where you are now. So this could be about an ongoing struggle that you're having, like an internal conflict. Like I said, there's some kind of ongoing or upcoming or revisited or repeating emotional responses or habits or patterns, or just an ongoing struggle. Like I was saying earlier, maybe you have like obstacles or difficulties in your life, in your work, in your relationships, or in things that you're trying to do. And this is saying here that it has to do with something from the past. The Six of Cups is about the past. It can be about nostalgia. It can be about past life even. Doesn't necessarily have to be about something from this life. Doesn't really matter where it happened or when it happened. The point is that we need to look at how our emotional stagnancies will affect the way that our life rolls out in day-to-day current events. And now this King of Pentacles in reverse, as I said earlier, I feel like this could be guiding you towards potentially something that is from early childhood, because you have the Page of Worlds here. This is the Child of Worlds is the Page of Pentacles, and then you have the King of Pentacles. So I feel like there's a connection between these two, that there could be some guidance here around you needing to do some inner child work, or looking at early childhood and potentially some kind of imbalance or unhealthy kind of relationship with an authority figure or a parent. Could be masculine, most likely. But again, I just want to reiterate, it's not about laying blame. It's not about accusations. It's not about, like victimizing yourself about anything. It's just about getting to the core of some kind of emotional disturbance or some kind of unhealthy emotional pattern or habit that is recapitulating, and it's rooted in some event from early life. And this ongoing struggle is now coming up for you to witness and look at, so that you can actually heal from it, release it, restructure and reorganize your emotional patterns, so that you're not continuing to play out something here from an old wound that you haven't fully processed and healed yet. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now let's take a look at this rune. I'm going to read from my notes again. Okay, so yeah, this is giving it more clear. So this is saying here that this is a time of renewal. So even though this might seem a little challenging and murky and something you don't want to actually deal with, what's available here is the promise of new beginnings. It's new growth. It's renewal. It's this rune represents the birch tree, and it represents spring. So it's about the regenerative power that you have within you. It's about finding greater prosperity, or finding a new birth. Again, that this is this idea of like life cycles and birth and patterns, and it's also about here mental and physical growth and liberation. So that's what I feel is available to you here. It's like a liberation mentally and emotionally from some experiences or situations that have been until not fully reviewed or understood in a way that gives you clarity and space and freedom from an experience that you haven't fully processed yet. There are some emotional patterns here that are replaying out, that need your attention, need your discerning eye. They need your healing. I feel a need for forgiveness in this energy as well. And again, forgiveness is a topic that's very challenging for a lot of people, especially if there's trauma, if there's been abuse, if there's been some kind of painful wounds that have occurred. Forgiveness is not about someone being absolved for their responsibility or for their actions. It's not about someone getting off the hook for what they did. It's about you getting freedom and space from having to relive that pain again and again. Forgiveness is for you. It's not for them, okay? Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for you to be able to go on with your life and have loving, wholesome, nurturing relationships and experiences that are not about reliving an old cycle. Let me say that again. Forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you to have freedom and space from an event that happened once that you keep sort of experiencing pain for over and over again when you don't need to. It's time to let go. It's time to get release. It's time to have emotional healing here. It's time to overcome the daily struggles. And the way to do that is to look at this emotional stuff that we're talking about here. Brighter days are ahead. Freedom is ahead. Liberation is ahead once you take the time to do this emotional cleanup here that is requiring your attention. The Chariot here is also saying this is about your determination as well. Like your commitment to your spiritual path and your personal development, your growth. It all comes down to you actually just getting a better quality of life. So facing these dark things, facing these difficult things, looking at this old emotional stuff, it's not comfortable work, it's not easy work, but it's very beneficial work because it gives you new life, it gives you freedom, it gives you liberation, it gives you space, it gives you emotional release, it gives you emotional wellness because you get to let go of all those painful things from the past. Those things that are still hurting you, those things that are still causing you pain and struggle and confusion and dissatisfaction. All right, Pisces, I feel that that's it for that reading. Please follow up on this. Look into inner child healing work. Look into any kind of emotional healing. There's so many different ways of doing it. You might want to work with a professional. You might want to just do your own kind of ritual practices, meditations, healing, visualizations to be able to get to the core of this. I personally, for myself, I do a bit of everything, like I like to work with professionals, but I also do my own ritual practices and ritual magic and creative ways of getting to emotional things to be able to release them. So find what works for you and integrate it as part of your daily habits, just like exercising your body. These kind of ritual practices for your emotional and spiritual health are vital for a healthy and happy life. So with that, I'm going to close out this reading. Thank you so much for watching, Pisces. It's been an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.